Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Firstly, I would like to say welcome to Yateley 10K 2021. Thank you so much for volunteering to support us this year. I am so grateful, and I know Roger and Laurie, as well as all of the other committee members, are really grateful to you for your commitment and your time. As you know, things are going to be a little bit different this year, and I just wanted to give you a little bit of a heads up about what is different and how we're going to manage the COVID-19 restrictions. As you can imagine, it's been a little bit of a headache trying to put all this together, but we really wanted to do this. And the reasons we wanted to do it is so that we can make as much money as we can for charity. Remember that all of the races are non-profit making, and so every minute of the time that you can give to it means that we are making more and more money for charity. So thank you again. The other thing, as runners, we all know how much how important running has been to getting us through this pandemic, and we wanted to give people the opportunity to come together and race. But we've had to put certain things in place. Okay, so the first thing that is different this year is number exchange. So if anyone asks you on the night if they can exchange their number, the answer is no. Number exchange is closed for race 1. For race 2 and race 3, it's still open, but there are deadlines, and those are the deadlines. So no number exchange can take place today. That in addition to this, there is no race entry today. Um, Okay, pre-race information packs. People should have received their pre-race information packs by these dates. If they come to the race and they haven't got them, okay, for whatever reason, they need to come to the information desk, which is on the field. Okay, so please direct them to the information desk, which is manned by myself, Lisa, and Mo, I think, and is on the field. Okay, when people arrive at the race village, we're asking as many volunteers as possible to park away from the school. Westfield School is solely for volunteers, so please feel free to go there, but you will only be able to get out once the last runner has finished. Okay, so if you need to make a quick getaway, please don't park there. You can park at any of the other car parks, and I'm sure as residents of Yateley, lots of you know that the Waitrose is a good place to park as well and then walk up, but I obviously didn't say that. So when you arrive, you need to go straight to your team leader, okay, which Roger will have told you who your team leader is. So if you're on toilet duty, then you go to the A block playground. If you're on car parks, you'll meet Jim Casey in the car parks. If you are on one-way system, you need to meet Roger. So please go directly to where you have been told to go, and Roger has made that really clear in his briefing notes. Now, runners, if they arrive by car to the school, they need to stay in their car. So if you're on car park duty, if you can encourage people to stay in their car until 10 minutes before, unless they need the toilet, obviously. If they're coming on foot, they can come onto the main field, but they need to make sure that they're socially distanced at all times. The toilets are on A block. Okay, they'll be clearly signed. Alison has been putting up signs, so they'll be clearly signed to get to the toilets. So please just tell people to follow the toilets to A block. And when they get there, they need to make sure that they are socially distancing from each other when they're queuing. People need to get changed and ready to race in their car. There is no baggage this year, so please, if anybody asks you, tell them they've got to leave all of their stuff in their car. But they do need to remember to bring a buff with them or a mask, because they've got to wear that within the race village. Okay, the next big difference is the staggered start. So the race starts for the fastest people at 7:10, right down to wave 9, which starts at 7:34. There's 100 people in each wave. Waves will go off every 3 minutes, and 10 minutes before they'll be asked to prepare. Now, the way this is going to work is that there are 3 holding areas. There's the start finish area. There is pen A, which is holding pen A, and holding pen B. So wave 1 people will go automatically to the start finish area from 7 o'clock. Wave 2 people from 7:03 can go to holding pen A, and wave 3 people can go from 7:06 to holding pen B. Once holding pen B once the start finish area for wave 1 has been cleared, so wave 1 has left, Wave 2 will move into that start finish area. Wave 3 will move up to holding pen A, and then wave 4 will be allowed into holding pen B. And there will be people checking numbers to make sure that the correct numbers are in each of these places. So that's the key thing really for those bits, that it's important that those just keep moving, and if anyone asks, the waves are done by their numbers. Ray will be announcing exactly where everybody needs to be at any one time. Okay, this is just a little map. As they come from D block car park, they need to hand sanitize here as they go onto the field, wear their mask, go up to whatever area they should be in. If they're not in start finish A or B yet because their wave hasn't gone, they can use any of the space to be able to get to the to socially distance. Okay, when people are in the race, they have got to wear their buff or their mask until they get to the start area and cross the start line. It's chip time, so please tell them not to rush over the line, and the prizes are worked out chip to chip. Okay, so it's not like it's a gun to chip, it's chip to chip, so it doesn't matter if they don't cross the line exactly when their wave starts. And please tell them to social distance at all times. During the race, the waves are based on their time. Fastest going first, and that was based on what they put on their entry form. So if anyone complains about what wave they're in, that was due to the fact that they put that pace on their entry form. Please tell them to be careful of traffic, but also to socially distance when passing people. Those people that are on the Reading Road, please remember that we're trying to keep them into the side as much as possible to avoid anyone getting run over or hurt. But if they're overtaking, they do need to socially distance. So I would encourage people to not overtake on that Reading Road, and I'll be asking Ray to keep saying that. If we can just reiterate to people that they've got to think about their health before they think about a PB, and there are no water or sponges around the course this year. So if anyone asks where the water stations are, there aren't any, but there is sealed water at the end. When they come through the finish line, they will collect their water, they will collect medals from the football club, and then they will leave straight away. If anyone has bought a t-shirt, there is a stall for them to pick up the t-shirts after this, and then they need to go straight to their cars. No hanging around at the end, unfortunately. There's no prize giving on the night, but prizes will be emailed or sent to them afterwards. Results they'll get in a text message or on the website in the evening. And please, if you can remind people to respect the space of marshals, that would be fab. There are no spectators allowed, so if you're on the one-way system or the gates and you see spectators, please, in the nicest possible way, if you can ask them to go back to their car, that would be brilliant. We don't want spectators this year, but we'd like to welcome them back in 2021. Okay, if anyone unfortunately comes across any kind of first aid incident, please contact the race village. The easiest way of doing that is through Raynet, but if you can't do that, there will be a phone number that you can contact, and we'll give that to you on the night. There's also first aid around the course, and if we can just remind people to use hands, face, space when dealing with any first aid personnel. Now, obviously, these races are nowhere near what we want them to be. We are trying our best under really difficult circumstances, and I think that really relies on the volunteers even more to make this special for people. So if you get an opportunity to talk to someone, obviously socially distantly talk to people about their race, or welcome them to the race, or be that friendly face that first welcomes them when they come into the Yateley 10K for this year, please do that. It just leaves me to say thank you again for giving up your time to support with this. We are so grateful to everybody for their hard work, and I hope you have a really good and rewarding evening and enjoy the opportunity to come together again as volunteers. Okay, thank you very much, ladies and gents.